Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Many men are semi-select. You know what? Now, people who follow me know I use the term select and non-select to basically describe the men who, they get favors from women, and then, those are the select. Those are the guys either with the lowest charisma or, conspicuously got money, right? That's one group. And then the non-select, those are guys who just not, even if they got money or even some looks in some cases, don't get the attention, right? And, but it's not a hard thing. It's not a hard program. Now, you do have two extremes. You get those guys who get more women than they know what to do with. Where, if they settle down to 10 women, shout out, brother, you know who I'm talking about. That's actually cutting back on some. And then some men who, they could barely, they could give a woman money and she wouldn't want to have sex with them. And I've actually known a few like that, right? And a lot of times when we frame these discussions, that's how it is. A lot of times we frame these discussions. That's how it is. It's like the either or, and we talk in extremes, right? But the real thing though is most men got some level of select, and I'm gonna say most. Most men got some level. Now it ain't gonna be like they getting 100 women a year or something like that, but they could probably get 2 or 3 decent women a year. And I'm gonna say most men. Now they're gonna get rejected too, because and you know what is interesting? What made me think about this was the conversations lately, because that's been a big deal about men getting rejected in high school, and then when they get older and they are more successful or more handsome, whatever, they are able to get more women, right? And I thought about my own stuff, and I was like, you know what? I really wasn't rejected like that in high school, personally. Now, somebody could say, well, Rom, you were probably selected. I was like, no. At the same time, I was considered a cool Bama. For people from D.C., if you a Bama, that's roughly the equivalent of being a nerd. But I was a cool Bama because I knew where all the parties were. Oh man, seriously, they be like, damn, we need to know where the parties are. Rob, what's up? Oh yeah, man, they got this like go over here and all that. Plus everybody know, yeah, Rob was a Bama, but I be at the go grinding up on a woman's butt or something. Be like, yo, Ron, what's up, man? Yeah, man, just go kicking. Yeah, man. Nah, Rob was just, I ain't follow the crowd. So Rob, you know what? Rob did what the fuck Rob wanted to do. Nah, but my point was, I was thinking about high school. I said, because here's an interesting thing in high school for me, right? I went to an all-male high school, Archbishop Carroll. It was just all boys at the time. So if I wanted to meet women, Bama or not, whatever I was looking like, I had to be aggressive on the street. It wasn't like one of those things I could see a woman pass some notes around or something, or low-key stalk her for a week or so, a couple weeks. If I saw a woman on the street, I had to pretty much meet her, introduce myself, and book her on the spot. And for those from D.C., book just meant get her phone number on the spot, the slang back then. And I had to be bold about it. I couldn't be waiting around. I developed to the point I ain't even need to write down a woman's phone number or something. I said, look, just tell me your number, I'll remember. I got so good at that. I'd be out with other dudes and they meet a woman, they ain't feel like writing something down. They say, hey, Ron, come here. Okay. They tell the woman, get him your number. I get the number. But the thing was, but I wasn't, of course, I wasn't a man. I'll tell anybody that. I will tell her, but I wasn't like non-select where, I wasn't going out to parties and women were just rejecting me. Yeah, I got rejected by some women, but a lot of women gave me some phone numbers. And shoot, I had a couple girlfriends in high school. You know how those high school relationships go. Couple weeks to a couple months, but still had them. Maybe was able to get sex every now and then. So it's like, but I wasn't one of those like the high school football player star like pounding a different like youngin' every other week or something like that either. Or the women going crazy over. Or it's like, oh, I'm gonna call this dude. Now I got some women to call me, but shit, it wasn't like some other dudes. And my point is though, I wasn't like unique or anything. Most dudes are like that. Most dudes are like that now. I talk to a lot of young dudes. See, sometimes with this thing, we tend to think in these terms of alpha or beta. You got some dudes getting play out here thinking, oh, they ain't all that. And they be like, man, I just had sex with 30 women. Or I just had sex with 50 women or something. I'm like, dude, you're doing pretty good. Because that's the thing. Most dudes just in that regular range and stuff, man. Now, you got some extremes and they ain't getting nothing. And I think part of the conversation out there is too dominated by dudes who aren't getting anything. And I'm going to address that issue. I'm going to address that issue in another video, upcoming video too. Because a lot of times you get the dudes who ain't getting anything and they speaking authoritatively like, they know the game and everything. And I've talked about that a few times, but it's an issue that always comes up. And I got to really speak on that. Right? But, but most dudes, if you think about it, right? And then it's like people can't figure out sometimes why some average looking dude is with some fine woman. It was like, oh shoot, he ain't like some dude who just lucked up or something or just got money. He's just some dude who got enough experience to know how to talk to a woman. But see, one of the problems though, I think, especially in this whole Manosphere arena and stuff, you got a lot of the dudes who really, they weren't in that mainstream, when they were in high school or coming up, they were on the other end of that bell curve or something. They were just getting zero play, even if they went to, even if they were around some women. And, there's several reasons for that. And I think it's like the case I've said about a lot of women that's complaining about black men on social media and stuff is a minority. But if you talk to the average dude, and trust me, I've talked to dudes across the country. Like I said, a lot of dudes, they decent. They've had girlfriends and whatever. And they've actually been treated like, they've been treated select. But, it ain't a total thing. Hey, they might have to do a little bit of extra or something. The women might not just say, let's see him the first day or throw it at him. But, the women talk to him and say, you're all right. And then they open up. In fact, that's really normal relationships. And look, I'm going to be real. That's why I've said a lot of times people think, they'll say red pill or something, wonder why the average dude on the street maybe not even familiar with the terms or even surprised this type of community exists. But it's just they doing all right with women. And when I say all right, they might not be getting a woman coming to their place, nothing on but a trench coat, heels, and some lace thongs. They might not get that. But most men don't get that. Shoot, some married men don't get that. But you know what? The woman going to still, the woman's still going to come over. The woman still might cook them some food. The woman still might suck their dick. And you know what? Nah, they ain't going to get like 15 women in a year to do it. But you know what? An average dude probably get maybe 3. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. So sometimes, man, I don't know, man. We just got to get out of these extremes, man. We really do. So, anyway, that's all I had to say for today. All right? I'm still dealing with this cold. One thing, if I get a cold, man, that shit stay with me, man, because I don't like using medicines and stuff. So, anyway. That's it for today, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.